How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews, back with some itty-bitty hopeful goodness in the form of Industrial Arts. It's their pocket wrench. For those familiar with my channel, and have been watching me for a while, I believe it was last year when I did my favorite shelfies. End of the year thing I do. It's basically my favorite beers that are usually readily available on a shelf. It's a little bit regional. Even stuff that I can't get on my shelf, but other people can get around the country more than I can, I'll put on that list. But it's beers that basically you don't have to wait in line for. Go to the brewery for, and Industrial Arts is typically one of those breweries. And their wrench, which is their New England style hazy IPA, was like, I don't know, it might have been up there, if not number one on that list. And this is kind of the itty bitty brother of that. So I've reviewed wrench before. There's a bigger version of this called Torque Wrench. I know I've reviewed it, but I don't think I've uploaded it. I reviewed it probably in the middle of the summer, so if I do upload this and I didn't upload that one, I'll do them both at the same time. And kind of excited to dive into it, because you're talking about 4.5% Northeast Pale Ale here. Fluffy tropical mist. Mist? Okay, fair enough. That works. So we'll dive into this sucker, see what she's got. This is a rare Sunday night review session for me. I rarely do beer reviews on Sundays. I have work the next day. I don't really want to wake up with a hangover if I do drink a couple too many. But it is going to snow like a crazy man over the next 48 hours. So I am going to work from home tomorrow. So there you go. That's how that rolls. Anyway, what do we have here? Labeling, I always dig their labeling. It's pretty much the same thing over and over again when it comes to Industrial Arts. I am a sucker for honeycomb pattern, so it just kind of works for me from that end. And it, like I said, it's the same thing over and over, except for coloration and a little bit of graphical background differences. As far as that goes, that definitely looks like a hazy, albeit a pale hazy, but still, it could be a IPA or a double IPA. That's how it comes off. There's that rich, hazy golden glow. Quarter pinky finger of what was left is kind of like a rocky / soapy kind of head. Done and done. For those date people out there, this one is just a hair over a month old, which should be just all right for this beer. So yeah, give her a whirl, spill a little bit as I usually do, get a nose. OJ vibes, all about the OJ vibes. It's leaning a little bit towards like the Orange Gina kind of Sunny D kind of realm, but it's still that kind of rich from concentrate kind of OJ vibes. There is the slightest bit, the ever so slightest bit of fluttering bitterness on the one end of thing, but it's mostly like a juicy, citrus-leaning, slightly tropical kind of haziness. Definitely comes off way bigger than a 4.5% beer, at least on the nose. So it's giving me all the bits and pieces I want from a New England-style IPA, but in that much smaller package. Yeah, smells delectable. Let's dive in. Cheers. That's delicious. It's delicious. That's exactly what I want. 4.5%. Rich orange vibes. It gets a little bit more organic, kind of pulpy orange, because you get a little pithiness in there. And we do get a little bit of bittering, so it's not an over-the-top kind of like just straightforward sweet bomb as a lot of New England-style IPAs get. There is a bittering component to this. Comes off a little bit pulpy, a little bit nondescript green on the other side of things. But it's all that citrus. I mean, there is a little bit of soft tropical fruit in there too, and it has just this creamy, nice. They would call it fluffy, and I think that they call it mistiness. Maybe that's what they're going for too. Is like a fluffy word there. I don't know what that means, but it does have a nice mouthfeel. Especially at low ABV, 4.5% has that soft creaminess to it. It gives you those citrus notes. They abound both in the nose and in the taste, and that tropical fruit is just below that with a little pithy orange bitterness and a little bit of soft nondescript greenness that is probably a decent bit lower than that fruit portion of the show, but big enough there to kind of balance everything off. That's pretty much it. This is beer I like to chug. I love this. This is exactly the stuff that I want to drink. 4.5%. Hop expressive, fruit forward expressive, nice mouthfeel, done and done. Nothing as far as negative with the beer. You know, this is the kind of impact a lot of people deliver at your 6-7%. The only difference I get from this to those beers is those beers tend to be a bit sweeter. And that's not necessarily my bag when it comes to these kind of beers. Because this does have a soft little dryness that I didn't even talk about yet that makes you want to go back for more. And that's always appreciated. So, yeah. Tasty as fuck. Let's cut to the chase. One of the better lower ABV hazies. Let's cut that. Because there's so many lower ABV beers now. Is it one of the better ones? Yes. It's probably eating towards the top. I don't know where I'd put this, honestly. It's really good. The only reason why I'm kind of hesitant to throw it in Mount Rushmore status is There's so many good ones this year. It's like the year of the low ABV hazy. So it's not so much that this one wouldn't get in there because it doesn't belong. It's just that other ones might have did me a little bit better. Be perfectly honest with you. Value and availability, I think I paid $13, 12, $13 for this. I'm okay with that. Again, it's a little higher than I'd like to pay, but it's above market. It's about market value, so it is what it is. And leave you with, if you like what we like this beer, if you like New England style hazies, you aren't afraid of just a dollop of bitterness. You want something in a drinkable package. This, I can drink 2 of these for every, single or double IPA, almost. And for me, that's a nice trade-off, because if I do want to drink some beers, it's nice not to have like 1 or 2 and be like, okay, I'm done. Now I can have, 4 or 5 and be okay with it. And this is one of the beers that would kind of be there. It's kind of a session New England hazy, and then it doesn't weigh heavily on your palate, but gives you enough taste to make you want to go back for more. That's a beautiful thing. So if you like those things, you'll like this beer. There you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check Matt doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive. Want to check Matt doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice little hazy right now. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers.